You'd like to get your greenhouses to face east to west. First thing we had to do is kind of level up the site, get a levelest site as possible. Outside from us to my right has already been leveled, so we're leveling off the left side now. We'll be setting our boards on the bottom, and we'll be putting some wiggle wire track on it so we can attach wiggle wire to it when we put the plastic on next week. This greenhouse was also designed for roll-up sides. So Ben and I right now, we've got three posts level, and we're going to work on the third one. We're going to pop the bow out a little bit and set the ground post down. You can find used greenhouses on Craigslist or eBay. A brand new one can probably run you close to, depending on the size, up to $12,000, if not more, less. A lot of people can use PVC pipe if you want to build a small backyard one. 3/4 inch PVC pipe, 1 inch PVC pipe. Glue them together, bends perfect. Get a one size bigger pipe, bang them in the ground, and just make it a little narrower and just make your plastic bows. I do recommend when you do put a plastic on it, don't buy hardware store plastic. Go buy a regular greenhouse plastic. It'll last you a few seasons. More if you buy the hardware store, it's usually like 4 to 6 mil, and that's just not thick enough for outdoor use, and it'll tear within the first season. The plastic that's going on here is going to be actually, I believe it's both 4 mil, which is a thick plastic, but it's 2 layers. It's a double layer. Reason for the double layer, we're actually going to blow air in between them, and it's going to create an insulated factor a little bit, and we'll be able to heat the greenhouse, and it'll double the longevity of our plastic also, because you'll have a double layer of plastic. So you'll gain a little longevity out of it, but it's basically for an insulation factor. Today's kind of a breezy day. You probably need minimum of 8, probably 4 on each side, and probably a couple in the middle. So you're probably looking at least 4. 4 would be the minimum. 8 would be optimal to get it up and over. So once we put the boards on, then we'll be building end walls. Then we'll be taping every joint where there's a bolt, so it does not tear the plastic. If you had a greenhouse and you weren't using it, it'll extend the growing season, both probably 30 days prior to spring before planting, and probably get an extra 30 days in the fall, weather permitting, depending on the weather. Because the fact is, you're not heating it, it buys the farmer a little bit of time. But if you had a heated greenhouse, then you could start propagating your seeds in the greenhouse, or back in late February, early March, getting ready for the season. Your tomatoes, your squash plants, everything that you need to grow in the field, you can start it in a heated greenhouse, then go from the heated greenhouse to a cold hoop house, which is the next step to harden them up a little bit, then out to the field. Some farmers find it profitable to grow strictly in the greenhouse. Some farmers grow their tomatoes right in the greenhouse 100% of the time. They just set it up and grow vine-ripe greenhouse tomatoes, and they get a lot more money for them than growing regular tomatoes out in the field.